out in our routes and get our quarterback.
If I'm the back, I don't want to be there. Quickly, your thoughts on the Bengals?
I'm ecstatic if I'm Cincinnati.
Get the hell out of here.
I feel so much better about if I'm Cincinnati than I did going into it. Guys, their offense is going to be. You're worried about their offense?
No.
Okay.
I'm not. I'm worried about how they start season.
They
won.
They won. Their defense looked so much better. I mean, their defense looked significantly improved.
They played the Browns stain.
But their defense looked better. They gave up 16 points. The only thing they didn't do great was protect the middle of the field, but they ran to the football better. They tackled the ball better. Like, I would be wildly encouraged. They're 1-0.
Hold on, what did you call them? What did you call them, Rex?
Move on from that. Schefter, you mediate. I want to get to some other games.
I would be much better.
So we got feels bad, feels good. If you're Cincinnati, talk to me.
Opening week is the week, I think you know, that coaches just feel very weirdly about weird things happen. If you leave week one with a road win, isn't that
Against
all that
Myles
matters?
Garrett. Against Myles Garrett.
A road win.
Rex.
Road win.
We put Rex in timeout for just a moment.
I don't care what
Sorry
stain
about
they were
that,
playing.
Tom.
They lost to that
Let's
team.
put
But
it
you know
this
what?
way.
And I get it. Of course, you are happy as heck that you won the game, and you coach like crazy. But the whole thing in the offseason was about how we're going to get our team to be
right.
popping out of our
Right.
skin and playing at a level we do at the end of the season. Look, nobody wants to play this team at the end of the season. Why can't you make that at the beginning of the season?
Let me
I don't
shift
understand
gears.
it.
If you're the Bengals fans, here's what you can say. At least we're not the Dolphins. Holy smoke. The Miami, the scale, a QBR is on a scale of 1 to 100. His was 2.7. Here was Coach Mike McDaniel after the game on how he views the pressure as head coach. You will also hear from a very unhappy Tyreek Hill.
I don't see this job void of pressure. I don't see entitlement in this job. But, you know, I'm not. I think the most important thing is that I worry about doing my job.
This was a big, kick in the ball, for us. So I feel like next week will be better.
We bleeped that, huh? So of all the things that get said on a daily basis, we bleeped that, but you get the sense of it. You were reacting strongly when Mike McDaniel was talking there. What were you reacting?
Yeah, what the hell is he talking about? You know, maybe he's on a different level, McGenius guy, whatever the hell he is, nerd boy. But anyway, their team has no respect for the coach. They play like that. They're like, come on, man, get us a dang guy in here. Where's the physicality of this team? What did you say?
They're soft. They're soft.
They're soft. Like, I'm with
soft.
you on that. Every part of their football team. They have tons of talent on this team. Daniel, we were talking, that's why you picked them to win, because they have tons of talent.
Yeah.
They don't play with any passion or any smoke to them.
Their tape was a mess. And you could blame everybody. You could blame the coaching. You could blame the players. There's blown assignments by everybody on offense. Tua's floating the ball for interception. There's a blown assignment by the right tackle on protection. There's a blown assignment by the back. I mean, this is a lack of preparation, a lack of understanding, a lack of commitment. They're getting outflanked on defense on a consistent basis by basic concepts by Indianapolis. This was a bad tape to watch. I'd also say this. One of the notes watching this game that I kept coming up with was, where is Tyreek? It was wild to see how many plays Tyreek Hill wasn't on the field. I accounted for him on the field, I think, 4 times on third down. How about this? Today is 1 year. 1 year since Tyreek Hill has had a catch that exceeded 30 yards.
That's crazy.
That's his whole game. So, D. Wood, I mean, could you expand on your thought? I mean, because I know soft is not a word you use lightly.
Yeah,
we all understand how big a deal that is in the football world. So what do you mean by it? What did you see?
I've always said when it comes to the Dolphins, their play style doesn't it's not conducive to long-term success in the National Football League. Mike McDaniel, he draws up a lot of eye candy and try to fool people, but in the National Football League, it's about the line of scrimmage. It's about, it's about physicality, imposing your will on that. There's none of that with the Miami Dolphins. And I've talked about their culture down there stinks. We've been talking about it all offseason, and when you come out there and lay an absolute egg on week one, 33-8 to Daniel Jones in week one, Like, come on, give me a break.
Shefty, what should we be saying here?
We talked about the Bengals, how they've struggled on opening day. Well, the Indianapolis Colts hadn't won an opener in 4,400 days, dating back to 2013. And they acted like they had been saving all this fury against the Miami Dolphins. Plus, ESPN's got this stat called net efficiency, which incorporates offense, defense, and special teams into a number that grades a team on a scale of 1 to 100. Miami's net efficiency yesterday, according to our grading system, was 1.7 out of 100.
Oh my!
Like, honest, my thought is, when do the calls start coming in for Tyreek Hill? Like, that's honestly where I sit right now. When do the calls start coming in for Tyreek Hill?
He's bigger than Tyreek Hill.
I understand that. I understand that,
okay.
of course.
Yes.
I still think there's an opportunity to get it back on track, but watching it, I'm like, when do the calls start coming in for Tyreek Hill?
When the losses start mounting up and teams decide that they're better off building.
I mean, what am I supposed to do? Let me very quickly, I don't need a pen. I don't need to write anything down. Let me very quickly pay off my wager. I always pay off my debts. Heather Dinich and I had a bet. So here's the terrible towel. Can we get me on 3? Here we go, Heather. That's for you. By the way, she's a bad sport. She was texting me yesterday, talking trash when they were coming back. Then all of a sudden, the Jets take the lead. Yeah, I know. Thank you very much. I need a little. All right, so I lose my wager. We wave the terrible towel. We'll talk about the Jets in a minute. The story is Rodgers. He was fantastic.
I thought it was the best game he's played since he was a Green Bay Packer.
No. There's no need to think
not
that.
even close.
It was by far the best game he's
And
played
honestly,
since he was a Packer.
Up until last night, I thought he was the best quarterback playing football yesterday in the NFL. I mean, he was ridiculous. I think the thing that stood out for me was just the savvy deception that he brings to their football team. He's going to point to the safety at the top and then motion the receiver. He's telling the defense, like, hey, I'm bringing this guy down to block that safety. Then the ball handling. The defense has no clue where the football is, if he's keeping it or not. That makes everybody dip down to the line of scrimmage. He sees that the defender is low and the corner out is high. Here comes Skoranek scraping across, but he's wide open because Aaron sold everybody that I'm running the football here with that point. You go later on in the game, the other touchdown pass that he has, it's the same thing. He points backside, brings that safety down or that receiver down. Look at that ball fake again. Look at those defenders completely sold out. Both of these are on 2nd and 7 and 2nd and 6. This time that defender slips and it's the corner route and it's a touchdown. I didn't know how the offense was going to work, and I know it's week 1, but it felt and it looked like just the experience that Rodgers has and that ball handling savviness or the stuff at the line of scrimmage was perfectly matched with Arthur Smith to create some big plays.
Can I say, that play design was just nasty.
You see
to insert the wide receiver in the C gap.
The best part is he gets to the line of scrimmage and he's pointing to the defense, hey, that's your guy.
Here's the thing. I've been telling anyone who would listen that last year was much more about the Jets than